Good morning, ladies. My name is Chaz, and welcome to the custom card reviews. This is I may go over this brand new cards called Darkness Blades. It's a custom archetype. You can basically, if you see certain anime characters like this one, Gother. I know that Gother doesn't have blades like Darkness Blades, but he's still a student. He learns so fast. Yeah, and yeah, actually, there's a little bit of a story going on. It's comprised of 8 monsters. There's her, or not monsters, 8 cards. Her and it. Okay? So, yeah. So then, now, 4 monsters, 3 spells, 1 trap. So let's begin. So let's start with the okay. Darkness Blade Master's Daughter. She's a light level 4 warrior effect monster. If this card is normal summon, you can tribute this card to the graveyard. Normal summon 1 Darkness Blade monster from anywhere except this card to your field in attack mode. If it does, inflict 500 damage to your opponent's life points for each level this card has. So it's basically 5, 10, 15, 20. 20 a name. That was in damage. Oh, that also reminds me. All these cards have some kind of like inflict damage to your opponents. So yeah. So just to be warned. If this card is in your graveyard, you can shuffle this card into the deck. Add 1 equipped spell card from anywhere to your hand. If it does, shuffle 1 random card from your opponent's hand or field into the deck, or into their deck. And its effects cannot be negated or chained by card effects. So, yeah. She's basically a recruiter, like, to start things off. The student that the master's daughters can search out, is if this card is normal summon, you can tribute this card to the graveyard. Special summon 1 Darkness Blade monster from your deck or hand to the field in attack mode. But its attack points become double the attack points. If this card inflicts battle damage to your opponents, like if it was like special summoned instead of normal summoned, or inflicts damage to your opponent's life points, you can select one of these effects or following effects for once per turns. Activate it for once per turns. Your opponent must discard 1 card from their hand to the graveyard. Number 2 is this card gains 1,000 attack points. 3 is you can add 1 darkness card from anywhere to your hand. Yeah. And if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can shuffle this card into the deck and inflicts 3,000 points. Or damage to your opponent's life points. And yeah. So basically with the other one, this one, you can inflict 500 or no, actually 200 or no, 2,000 attack. And then this one basically inflicts 3,000 attack. Yeah. To your opponent's life points. It doesn't have like for how many darkness blades monsters. And this card can also search out the Darkness Blade Master Girl. So now her effect is that if she's special summoned, you can select 1 equipped spell card from your deck or graveyard or battle zone or hand, equip it to this card. And if it does, then inflict 15,000 damage to your opponent's life points. For each equipped spell card from the field that was equipped to this card. By this effect. So, if this card inflicts damage to your opponent's life points, you can select one following the effect. And then activate it. You draw 2 cards from the top of your deck. Return all cards from your field or opponent's field into the deck. This card gains 1,000 attack points. Your life points gain 1,000 attack point or life points. So, and if this card is in your graveyard, you can shuffle this card. Special summon 1 Darkness Blade monster from your deck or hand or graveyard, except this card, to your field in attack mode. But its attack points become the double attack points. So, I think it was... yeah. One of these cards earns. Yeah, so the fusion monster will be this one, Brave Warriors. They're a level 12 because 4, 8, and then 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep, 12. This card must be fusion summoned. If this card is special summoned, you can select 1 card effect from your deck. Send it to the graveyard. Then this card gains its selected card's effects until the end of your opponent's turn or next turn. If this card inflicts damage to your opponent's life points, your opponent must discard 1 card from the top of your deck or top of their deck to the graveyard makes this card attacks again. So basically, you know how like in the Demon Slayer there's like 1, 2, or 3 to kill like a demon thing? Yeah. Yeah. Well, with this one, and plus it is unaffected by card effects, and it can't be destroyed by battle or by card effects. And this card's effects cannot be negated by card effects, and can't be chained by card effects. You take no damage from battles involving this card. So basically, there's a weird way to do it. And so now let's go on to, we already did the 4 monsters. Now we are gonna do the 3 spells. Okay, so let's do Stormblade. You can't see it, but I'll just use a short version. Stormblade has the effect of, if it's equipped to a Dark Blade monster, it gains 1,000 attack points. Once per turn during either player's turn, you can pay 1,000 life points. Shuffle all cards from the field except cards into the owner's decks. If it does, skip your opponent's battle phase. If this card is in your graveyard, you can shuffle this card into the deck. Inflict 25. At this point, your opponent has no chance. Basically, if you use like a card third of like chains, electricity or electric chains, that spell card, and with it, basically your opponent can't do nothing. So now we are on the number 2 blade. This is Cursed Blade of Darkness. Cursed Blade of Darkness. It's a it's a equip spell if it's equipped to a Dark Blade monster, and it gains 200 attack and defense. Once per turn during either player's end phase, the equipped monster loses 1,000 attack points and defense points. If its attack points become or gets like reduced to 0, destroy it. And then you draw 2 cards from the top of your deck to your hand. If this card is in your graveyard, you can shuffle this card into the deck. Special summon 1 Dark Blade monster from your deck or hand to your field in attack mode. But it cannot declare an attack until the end of your 3rd turn. That's pretty crazy. So basically, you're basically like student or this cannot like inflict damage. But you still draw 2 cards from the no matter what. Now the warrior soul is the quick play. Yeah. So if this card is activated, you can select one Dark Blade monster from the graveyard or battlefield or deck to your field in attack mode. It's supposed to say special summoned or normal summoned to your field in attack mode, but somehow I forgot to, because I clicked so many times fast. But it can attack your opponent's life points directly. If this card is in your graveyard, you can shuffle this card into the deck. You gain 4,000 life points. So, yeah. Compared to opposite, like this one brings back a monster, like Monster Reborn, but way better. Way more broken. So, yeah, this one allows it to basically gains attack points, and if like a card like this one equipped to this, then this card would lose 1,000 every turn. So yeah, and then each one, some of these have that effects. Like this one, you can special summon one monster. And yeah, so now we're on to the trap card. This trap card is called Disappointment. It is a counter trap. So basically, this card can only be activated if your opponent activates a card effect. You can select one Darkness Blade monster from anywhere, special summon it to your field in attack mode. If it does, then negate that card effect in an instant, and then shuffle this card, or shuffle it into the owner's deck. So it's basically the negation thing, and basically you're negating your opponent's card effect and special summoning a monster. Like basically you can special summon her, and yeah. So then her effect goes off too. So she can equip like this one or this one to her. So yeah, and then if it does, or if this card is, yeah, if this card is sent to the grave or is in your graveyard, you can shuffle this card into the deck. You can inflict 200 damage to your opponent's life points. So basically, you're with this card is you can shuffle this card into the deck. You're basically walking up to your opponent and slapping them. Like straight up slap them. Yeah, so, but for my best guess, it would be like using Warrior Soul to basically bring out, like special summon her. Or actually, I think it was one of the other ones. one of the cards, I think it was this one. You can shuffle this card. No, wait, hold on. So basically, you gain benefits from it. So, yeah. It's one of these cards that allow you to basically attacks and this one actually, once it special summon this one, it inflicts damage by using like this card. You can basically become unkillable. Like you can attack, then you use like return all cards from your opponent's field to the deck, and yeah, or summon like the student, and if it attacks a monster, like if it inflicts battle damage, you can discard one random card. But if you had like a spell card Parsimation, if using all three of them to create that one, you can basically you could instantly win because you can select the card effect, activate it, and summons like if you chose like this one or like this one on the so yeah, or like something that will be better for you in the long run. And plus it gains the attack until, or gains that card effect until, so basically you can, I like Pot of Greed, you can make this card have Pot of Greed's effect of draw 2 cards, earns, and or you could use Curse of Blades effects and to basically make it have resolved its 0/1. So you could do a lot of things. You could make a pizza pocket with it. Yum, delicious. And yeah. Plus, with this broken thing, this is Brave Warriors. So yeah. And I think out of all 8 of these, I will say, in confidence, Darkness Blade Brave Warriors will have to be the broken one. Because if it inflicts damage over and over again, you're basically like, if you attack once, twice, that would cause Lang. But if you had like a card, like one of these cards because in the archetype thing that I will show you here, if you use it with this card, Hearn, then all of your, or so, like if you lose like life points and you're about to hit like lowest number, you activate the this one and you gain 4,000 life points. Yeah. Basically, you gain all of that back without any, like, downsides to it. Yeah, it's pretty cool, but I do not want, or actually, some people might think that her is broken because she summons, like, the student and then summons her right off the bat thing. You basically have 2 monsters in your graveyard already. Once you play like Monster Reborn and cards that allow you to bring cards back to the field, like special summon them, you actually win the duel. Like, just imagine. But with their graveyard effects, basically shuffles it into the deck. And this one searches out spell cards. The other one inflicts damage. This one, and once it's like has a Curse of Blades, basically she has the here. So plus 2,000 equals that. So minus 1,000 every turn. Or every play. So basically you can you're basically at 0. Oh, well. Because like you only would last 4 turns until it like does that. Alright. So yeah, and then if this card is in your graveyard, you can shovel this card into the deck and special summon one of the other ones, like her daughter, because, yeah, then, but her attack points become double the attack points. So basically she goes from 300 to 6,000. Or, no, 600. Sorry. And if you had, like, this card, basically makes her attack points 1,600. Plus, if you had the trap card, this card, active before, you can special summon another monster, like this one, then equip the another monster onto it. This one. So that would have been 2 monsters already. But if you had that spell card, you can bring out the third one. Use Polarization, fuse all 3 of them together to create this one. Then uses the spell or using a card effect. Basically, like if you use electric chains or chains electric thing, the aka these card or this card. So basically it would become a whacking for you too. Like you would get whacked in your head. So yeah. So then, yeah, basically I can see plays of it. But now the other one, the other archetype, this one is supposed to be like funny archetype. Like gimmicky ones. The like law of the normal ones. And yeah, they all have like refrigerator art stuff inside of them. Except for Repairman, Destroyer Man, and the Hublin of Destroyer. And their trap card. Broken Repair. So yeah. So the broken and stuff. Yeah, so have fun. Do not, or if you chose this archetype or the custom built by me, I know that you're probably saying, there's like custom cards, or they are all from like different animes. Like Gulther is from 7 Deadly Sins, her from another one, and then One Piece, the Demon Slayer, and that anime that I did not watch, it's that girl one. So yeah, most of them I understand. Deep down, I understand that most of these cards have like anime characters in them, and I know that she is not the daughter of her, but in this archetype, someone looks just as similar to her, but yeah. If you guys want to create, I am thinking about doing one thing. One of the other YouTubers, like, I forget his name, but one of the other YouTubers has a little challenge thing for Seal of Alacalcos one. Well, for me, I am starting my own channel, or the challenge was called Seal of the Darkness. It's based on like the Seal of Alcalcos, but if it was like super, super dark. But the challenge, let me go down the list. There's only 5 rules. Or number 1, you only have to pick a custom archetype that has to work with the archetype's whole gimmick. Like a theme of the archetype. Like my Seal of Darkness has its own like theme of like the Seal of Darkness. One of them conjured it up, and yeah. So all these cards have the unique theme to it. But if it was the like something more gimmick, like the refrigerator ones, I'm allowing it. As long as it's not broken. That is 1. So number 2, make sure you like spell it English, like normal English, because sometimes I can't read Spanish or any other cards. Okay? So, and if you don't have like there's a time limit of which cards you will be allowed to create. Like, AKA, like, each one takes 1 whole minute, so, or 1 full hour, so, to create. So each one, you only have to make 10 cards. So that would have been like, this archetype would be, if I had another monster, that would have been 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the new monster would have been 5. Then for spells, it would be 10 with, yeah, so each one of this archetype, and plus it has to be working with its own custom unique archetype. None of the, if you have like normal cards, like actual real cards, that is okay. I am allowing you to do it, and so basically you have 10 hours. That's a time limit to make like as many custom cards that you desire. Yeah. So it all have to be in the same theme, not just one archetype, then the other archetype, then, yeah. So it has to be unique, different from like others. So, and number 5 is to duel me. Or actually, duel me. And if, because there's also a new rule, or new rule added to the number 5, is it compared to the anime Seal of Alcalcos, a card, if I don't play it, or if it's active or deactivated, like the loser of the duel will be, like, their soul would be trapped into this archetype. Yeah, so if anyone wants to duel, and it would be, so have fun. And if you had to give my Dark Blade, a archetype, a rating, like 2 out of 10 or 10 out of 10, what would it be? For it would be 7 out of 10. Because each of those cards, like I say, each of those cards, some of them have like flaws to them. Like, so basically, here, hold on. This card is in your, nope, that's not it. Okay. This card, so 25. This one, 20. Makes it 45. And then 65. And then the so it would be like 95,000 points. 9,500 points to your opponent. So basically you win the duel. Like if you bring it down little by little, you can win the duel. But that's a one flaw in it. You need one specific spell card. This one. Energy chains. Chains. Because this card, you need to basically bring down your opponent's life points little by little. And it also stops from playing. Yeah, so, and it's actually, yeah, so, sorry, so, bye-bye, peace out, y'all, bye, catch you guys, girls, later.